everyone, welcome to the channel. So today we're going to do a reading for all the zodiac signs, Aries through Pisces, on your desire and what is blocking you from your desire. So if you have a goal you're trying to reach and you just can't figure out why you're not getting there, whether it be a relationship or a job goal, what have you, we're going to look at why that might be and get advice from the universe on what you can do about it. So let's get started. Oops, sorry about that. Again, we're going to start with Aries and go all the way through Pisces. So tell me, what is Aries' goal? What's blocking them from their goal or their desire? And what can they do about this blockage, or what should they do? All right, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What is Aries' goal? The Hermit is your goal, to be single, to be alone, to get some alone time, to have time to think. So the goal is the Hermit. What is stopping you from attaining this goal? Indecision. You have to choose. So if you're trying to be single, for instance, maybe there's a relationship you don't want to be in any longer. You want to move on down the path and do something else. It could be also just be detaching from something, a job, a person. You have to make a decision. The reason that this is not happening is because you have the Two of Wands here. You've got to pick a path. What can you do to support getting your desire? Five of Swords. You're going to have to fight. You're going to have to cause some conflict. If you want to break up with somebody, obviously that's going to be a lot of conflict. If you want to quit a job, there's going to be some conflict. You're going to have to do something that you are internally conflicted about, because the Two of Wands is here. Obviously, if a decision was made, there wouldn't be any internal conflict. There wouldn't be any Two of Wands kind of a thing. So tell me more about the advice, Five of Swords, to reach the goal of the Hermit. Yeah, there's something you need to walk away from or detach from. Obviously, for I think the bulk of you, it's probably going to be romantic. Some of you, it's going to be work. You just have a job that you're not happy with. Either way, you're going to have to face the conflict, and you're going to have to detach and do what you need to do, which involves making a decision. That's why the decision is the block. Tell me a little bit more about why the Hermit is the goal. Tell me about the Hermit for Aries. You want something new, new love. So I'm guessing that you have to end a relationship to get the Ace of Cups with someone new. Now that's not going to resonate for everybody. So as we always say, they're general readings. If it doesn't resonate, you're not wanting to break up with somebody, leave this for another Aries. But for the bulk of you, I think it's a relationship that you need to end. You got to make a decision, cause the conflict, walk away. That's all you can do to get that goal. All right, Aries, that's what I have for you. Let's look at Taurus. Okay, Taurus. Let's get some shuffling going. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What is Taurus's goal? What is the block to them attaining their goal or their desire? And advice on getting their desire. All right, Taurus. What is your goal? What is Taurus's goal? To make a decision. Taurus, do you have Aries in your chart? Two of Wands, to move forward, to pick a path, to go on a journey, to figure out. If you see in this card, in this deck, there's a light shining down on one path. To make a decision on what's best for you. All right, so what is stopping you from attaining your goal of making a decision? Justice. This could be because you are bound by something to do the right thing, be it something legal, be it, if you're in a relationship, you want to do the right thing if you're going to move on. If you're working at a job, you want to give them a 2 weeks notice. If it could be anything that you're trying to make a decision about, but you want to do it right. And that may just not be possible right now. We're going to look at these a little further, though. So tell me, what's the advice on this Two of Wands, this making the decision? Because the decision or picking a path is the goal. What's the advice? Hierophant. I would say in this particular instance, It's probably telling you to seek counsel. So talk to somebody who knows the situation, or talk to an unbiased party if you need to. If you don't think anybody that knows the situation is trustworthy. If you're trying to do the right thing, this could also imply that there are legal complications or legal matters involved here for some of you. So it's like you have to do it legally, so you better seek counsel, kind of a thing. So Hierophant can be a priest, a counselor, a good friend, a parent. It's somebody you would turn to in times of trouble to help you make your decision. Seek wise counsel, I guess, is probably the answer to that. Tell me a little bit about the Two of Wands being the goal. Two of Wands, Emperor. Yeah, it's, you want to take charge. You want to make a decision. You want to control your destiny. You want to go down the right path, and you want to do it the right way. You're going to have to seek counsel to do that. Could even be, again, like I said, legal counsel. All right, Taurus, that's what I have for you, for your goals and what's blocking you. Let's take a look at Gemini next. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What is Gemini's goal? What's blocking them from their goal or their desire? And what is the advice on the situation? Gemini, what's your goal? What is Gemini's goal? Whoa, justice. To do the right thing, to be upstanding, to make a right decision, to be balanced. We'll look at that further. What is blocking you from this goal? The World. Something may have ended recently that's stopping you from proceeding to your goal. Could also be that you need to level up or even physically move, but we'll look at that further. What is the advice on attaining the goal of justice? You have to fight, you have to stand your ground. You may actually have a lot of people or situations in the way of doing the right thing. And so you're just going to have to bite the bullet and stand your ground and fight. It's really the advice. Tell me why the goal is justice. Why is the goal justice? Justice, Knight of Wands. I almost feel like for some of you, the goal is to bring justice to somebody who played you. Because the Knight of Wands is a player. So if you've had somebody who played you, who you kind of feel like they got away with it, right? Like this guy got away with it, or this woman got away with it, kind of a thing. The blockage could actually be that the relationship has ended, there's physical distance, so you feel like, oh, I'm not getting my justice now, right? This is telling you to stand up, fight, stand your ground, do what you need to do. If you need to literally talk to that person and say what you need to say, but it's telling you to like stand your ground. Tell me more about the Seven of Wands. Yeah, I think interesting. So if this is somebody who played you, it's telling you to obviously not go back to them. Three of Swords, that's strong advice, and that could relate back to the Seven of Wands. Just block them altogether, potentially. Nine of Cups. Focus on yourself. Focus on your own happiness. Focus on filling your cups. Because sometimes, depending on the person that you've dealt with, you're not going to get anything out of saying what you need to say or anything like that. You're almost better to keep your distance, close this out, fulfill yourself. You know, what do they say? Like, living well is the best revenge, kind of a thing. So I almost feel like that's what's going on here. So if you're wanting justice from a player, the blockage is this is done, or there's distance, or it's ended. For a big chunk of you, it's just saying, if you're going to do it and you want it, and you want your justice, you want your closure, say your piece, you're going to have to be prepared to fight. If you don't want to do that, or you think that's not the best route, just end this, block this person, you know, call it good and live your best life, because that's the best revenge. So Gemini, that's what I have for you guys for your goal and the blockages. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What is Cancer's goal? What is the blockage to their goal? And what advice do you have for them? Cancer, what is your goal? What's Cancer's goal? Wow, everybody is getting some form of indecision. Your goal is to remove a blockage, make a decision, stop stalling, that type of a thing. Two of Swords is an interesting card because the Two of Wands is you're on the path already. You've got forward movement. You just need to decide what path to go down. This is a feeling of you got to make a decision, but you feel like no matter what you do, it's going to suck. And so you're just stopping yourself. So the goal is to actually stop yourself from making a decision in this particular case. Like maybe you want to hold back from something. So what is stopping you from this? Two of Wands. This is a weird kind of wishy-washy energy. Cancer, are you feeling super wishy-washy right now? It's almost like, I don't want to make this decision, but I got to make this decision, but I don't want to make this decision. So the blockage is you have to make a decision, right? A decision needs to be made here. Tell me about advice for Cancer on this. Four of Pentacles. Give me one more on Cancer's advice on the Two of Swords goal. One more on Four of Pentacles. Honestly, what it's telling you is you should hold back. Whatever it is that you're holding back from, you feel like... Interesting. Yeah. Four of Pentacles, Temperance. The advice is to hold back. That's holding back, being guarded. This is tempering yourself. So whatever your goal is, you're supposed to do that thing, right? So you think you have a decision to make with that Two of Wands, and that's the blockage to holding back. Like, I got to pick something. No, you don't. In some circumstances, you don't have to pick something. In fact, the Two of Swords is I have two bad choices. That's why I don't want to make it, kind of a thing. So this is telling you not to make the choice. In a way, it's telling you to walk away from whatever you think you have to choose between. So I know that's a weird one, but Cancer, that's what I have for you. I hope that helps. All right, Leo. Tell me about Leo's desires or goals. What's the blockage to their desire or goal? And advice. Oops. If my deck would shuffle. So Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What is your goal, Leo? Tell me about Leo. What's their goal? Oh, too many. What is Leo's goal? Justice. Interesting. Justice is strong today. All right. So what is the blockage to the goal? What is the blockage to justice? Five of Cups, grief, sorrow, guilt, regret. And what is the advice? Emperor. Weirdly, when they pulled this card, the first thing that popped into my head was man up. So take that for what you will. Leo, I'm going to say that it almost feels like, don't shoot the messenger. This is how it's coming to me. It feels like you have to do right by somebody. And the blockage is that you feel really bad about whatever you did. There's a lot of guilt here, a lot of remorse, regret. And so doing the right thing, it's blocking you from doing the right thing because you're feeling so horrible about it. It's like almost like I can't face this person. So the advice is you've got to man up. You've got to stand up and do what you need to do. Interesting. Tell me about justice. Justice, Wheel of Fortune. This almost can't be avoided. This is something that has to be done. That's why it's the goal. Wheel of Fortune is destiny. It's almost like you have to do this. You know you have to do it. You know it's destined to happen, but you're in so much regret, and the universe is like, you just have to do it with that Emperor. So if there was a problem with a coworker or a romantic interest or a family member, it's telling you to it needs to be taken care of. All right, Leo, that's what I have for you. Let's do Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What is Virgo's goal? And what is Virgo's block to the goal? And what is the advice? Let's do one more for Virgo. Virgo, what is your goal or your desire? What's Virgo's goal? Seven of Cups. What is the block to the goal? Nine of Cups. And what is the advice on the goal? Temperance. Tell me why the goal is Seven of Cups. Why is the goal Seven of Cups? It's almost like you have a lot of decisions to make or a lot of options, or your goal is to make a choice amongst these options. Your goal is to kind of move forward and make this happen. Nine of Cups is the block. Could be a little too much focus on indulging or appeasing yourself, or focus on your own emotional wants and needs. It sounds weird that that would be a block, but sometimes if we're a little too self-focused, that keeps us from making decisions and moving forward. It's like we're too in our head. We're too like, well, this is what I want, instead of being a little more rational and logical about it, which is almost why I feel like temperance is the advice. Like, get to temper your thoughts, temper your indulgences. It's like, yeah, we all want to be millionaires and live in a mansion, but, you know, okay, be reasonable. You have decisions to make, type of a thing that you need to be fairly straightforward about moving towards with that Knight of Swords. Tell me more about the Nine of Cups. For some of you, you could really, really want to... It's like there's this desire to have a lot of options. Like maybe you want to play the field. Maybe you were in a relationship for a really long time, you know, or you just felt like you never sowed your wild oats. So the block with a Nine of Cups, Ace of Cups would be you are in a relationship, or really deep down inside what you want is a serious relationship. Your wish fulfillment is an Ace of Cups, and that's blocking you from having all these options. It's almost like your conscience is like telling you that you can't have all these options, because what you really want is the singular kind of Ace of Cups love. That would be what would fulfill you. Instead of playing the field, you're getting temperance as the advice. So the universe is probably telling you, if you're one of the people that this is the reading for you, it's like, yeah, you probably want to temper yourself. Because remember, in the Seven of Cups, there's all kinds of different things in the cups. And some of the things are good, and some of the things are really, really awful. So sometimes we convince ourselves that, oh, I didn't do enough of this, right? You know, maybe you got in a relationship young, or things like that. Things that happen in a normal course of life. It's like, no, I should get out there. And it's like, that's not really what I want to do. And that's why that's the block. So temper this belief that you have to have this Seven of Cups. That you have to be out there running around, dating all kinds of people, because it sounds like that's not what you should be doing. Tell me more about temperance. Temperance. Yeah. It's going to really just make you feel more empty if you do that. It's going to, you know, this is deep emotions. This is an emptiness, lacking type of a feeling. It's going to make you feel empty if you do that sort of thing. It may also cost you money to do that sort of thing. I mean, I have friends who do regular online dating, and they're constantly spending money on dates. It's like, it sounds exciting, but in all honesty, it's not going to be that fulfilling. It's not what, you know, deep down you're going to want. What you want is probably something serious. So saying resist the temptation of wanting to have a bunch of different options. All right, Virgo, that's what I have for you guys. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do we have for Libras? What is Libra's goal or desire? What is blocking the goal or desire? And what is their advice? Let's do one more. Libra's goal or desire, and what is blocking their goal or desire, and their advice. Okay, what's your goal, Libra? Ace of Swords. This could be having a very direct, honest conversation with someone. This could be telling somebody the truth. It could be clearing the air with someone. It could be starting fresh with somebody by, I guess, well, clearing the air is probably the best way. Starting fresh by clearing the air. I thought there was something else on the tip of my tongue, but all right. What's the block to the Ace of Swords? Nine of Swords. I would say the block to this communication or this new beginning, this new fresh start with clearing the air is you are losing sleep over how to do this. Stressed out, not sure, overthinking. What's the advice? What's the advice for Libra on the Ace of Swords? Moon. Why would the moon be advice? Tell me more. Why is the moon advice on the Ace of Swords? Oh, interesting. I've never seen this before. These are two cards of, they can be cards of deception. The moon and the magician, deception and manipulation. So your goal is to be truthful, but your advice is to not be truthful. The only way I could see this, and this is obviously the block was this stressing out over this being honest or having an honest new start. The only way I could see this as the advice from the universe is if this clearing the air is going to be wildly detrimental to you, and that it's just more like the moon can be an energy of being silent and just keeping something to yourself for your own benefit with that magician there, your own benefit, your own mastery of the situation. So it might not necessarily be manipulation. It might be like, just be silent. This is for your best interest for you to manage this situation. So there may be a reason why you're stressed out because the universe doesn't want you to do it anyway. So this is like a message of not speaking. Maybe somebody that you should not speak to is the other thing. So Libra, that's what I have for you. Let's take a look at Scorpio. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What is Scorpio's goal? What is the block to their goal? And what is the advice? All right, Scorpio's goal. What is Scorpio's goal? Goal. Nine of Wands. So could be that you want to defend yourself against somebody. What is stopping you from the Nine of Wands? Eight of Cups, emotional detachment, walking away, distance. What is the advice on the goal for Scorpio? Sun. Almost feels like my initial impression was blocking somebody, but I almost feel like there may be somebody that you might have a little bit of a vendetta towards, if that makes any sense. So your goal might be to like an eye for an eye type of a thing. Like, yeah, this person hurt me and I kind of like to get them back kind of a thing. The blockage is they've probably walked away from you, or maybe there's emotional or physical distance between the two of you. It's hard to wound somebody back emotionally if they are not invested, kind of thing is almost how it feels. The advice is almost just find your own happiness, like let this go because this is not going to go anywhere. They're probably not going to be wounded. If distance, emotional or physical is the block to the Nine of Wands, then just focus on your own happiness, really. Tell me more about the Nine of Wands. Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, it's almost like you want to hit them where it hurts. Like affect their money. Just could be affect their abundance in general. They might be on the top of the wheel right now. It might be, how people do crappy things to you and you're like, I really wish I could get them back. Look, they're getting everything they want and they're such a jerk. So let's say just focus on your own happiness, your own abundance. Tell me about the Sun. Yeah. Temper this as part of the advice. This is focus on your happiness and temper your desires towards this situation, whatever it might be. It could even be a job with the Wheel of Fortune here. It could be something like, this job sucks, kind of a thing. It's always sucked. But it feels more like a relationship. There's probably some distance in, and it's just saying, don't even bother. Just hold back, focus on your abundance. This is also a little bit of what goes around comes around with the wheel. Everybody's not always up. So really karma comes out to play eventually. So Scorpio, that's what I have for you. Let's take a look at Sagittarius. What is Sagittarius's goal? What is the block to the goal? And what's the advice? Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What is the goal? What's the block to the goal? And what is the advice? Sagittarius, what's your goal? Sagittarius. Ooh, Sagittarius, 9 of Wands as well. Do you have Scorpio in your chart, Sagittarius? This could be something different though. So what is the block to the goal? 9 of Wands could also be making one last stand. The block to the goal is the 3 of Swords. And what is the advice? Empress. Yeah, this feels like a similar story, actually. So I may have some people watching who have strong Sagittarius and Scorpio in their chart. But it also feels like, you know, hurting somebody, wounding somebody back. But the block is that there's already a separation. There's already a breakup. It is advising you to be the Empress, which is loving, nurturing, kind. She's the mother of the tarot. Just kind of telling you to rise above it. Similar message to the last reading, rise above it. Be the Empress, stand in your power. Don't worry about getting back at somebody who may have hurt you via a breakup, heartbreak, or something like that. The other possibility for some of you is that you want to make a stand for something, but probably a relationship, but the obstacle is the 3 of Swords. You're broken up. So obviously it's hard to make a stand in something that has ended, but it's telling you again, regardless, stand in your power, be the Empress. Why? If it's something you want back, you will attract people back to you. You may not really want to attract somebody back to you that you've broken up with, but if that was your goal, to stand your ground for something, to fight for something that you've lost, even though you've been very wounded by it, the Empress is magnetic, right? Powerful, magnetic. She's an Empress. So twofold message there, I think, for 2 different groups, but sounds an awful lot like Scorpio's message. All right, Sagittarius, that's what I have for you guys. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What is Capricorn's goal? What is the block to the goal? And what is the advice? Capricorn's goal, the block to the goal, and the advice. And it's funny, Capricorn, I did your reading the other day and just was like not on my game when it came to the cross watchers. I feel like I'm tongue-tied and off my game with you again today. So bear with me, Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What is your goal? What is Capricorn's goal? 7 of Wands could be standing your ground, fighting the good fight, fighting for something you want. What is the block to this goal? Lovers. And what is the advice on the goal? 7 of Wands. Star. I feel like for a chunk of you, you want to fight with somebody. You really, really, really want to defend yourself. The block is that you're in love with this person. Like, you love this person very much. And I think you know what you're going to do or say or fight for might hurt this person. The advice is the Star. That is healing, hope, that type of a thing. So it's advising you to not go too hard. Shall we say that? Like, this is an energy of like really ready to stand your ground and battle it out kind of a thing. But you love this person, or there's love there. So don't do that. Be kinder, be gentler, be softer, be, heal the situation instead of burn it down kind of a thing is how it's feeling to me. Tell me about the lovers. The lovers. Yeah. 5 of Wands. It's someone you're in a relationship or want to be in a relationship with that there's a conflict with currently. It's just advising you to not go that route, to not extend the conflict. The Star, like I said, is healing. So tell me about the Star. Tell me about the star. Tell me about the star. Star. It's like move on from the conflict, let it go, leave it behind. This is a card of movement, moving forward. It's hard to let conflicts go when we feel like we're in the right, but in all honesty, we aren't always in the right, even though we think we are, first of all. Secondly, if it's going to cause more conflict, then why do it, kind of a thing. There's like an old saying, I think it goes, you can be right or you can be married, kind of a thing. So if this is somebody you care about, it may not be worth it to cause harm to the relationship, to really duke it out over something, is what I'm getting. So Capricorn, that's what I have for you. Let's look at Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius, our Aquas, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Tell me what Aqua's goal is, what is the blockage to their goal, and what is the advice? Aquas. What is Aquarius's goal? Block to the goal and advice. Woo. What's Aquarius's goal? What's Aquarius's goal? Too many. What's Aquarius's goal? The goal is 5 of Cups. This could be, the goal is to upset somebody or make somebody regret something. What is the block to the goal? Too many. The block to the goal of the 5 of Cups. 5 of Wands. This is a huge battle royale. It is too many people in the fight. It's just a huge, massive conflict. Tell me about the advice on this goal. Too many. What is the advice on the goal of the 5 of Cups? Advice on the goal of the 5 of Cups. Find the love in your heart. Ace of Cups. The advice is to give love to this situation, not to give conflict. In fact, it feels like there's too many people involved anyway. So when there's too many people involved, sometimes you don't even know if you're doing the right thing anyway. It sounds like you may want to, I'm not going to say cause somebody pain, but it's more like, it's a little bit of a vendetta in the air. Like what planet is most powerful right now? Because that's what it's feeling like in some of these. So maybe there's somebody you want to make regretful, like possibly regretful for losing you, kind of a thing. Okay. See, there's somebody you might want to make regretful for losing you. Block is the 5 of Wands because there is too many people involved. They may not regret losing you because they may have a bunch of people fighting for them. And therefore, they're like, well, I have all these other people interested. Why would I regret losing one person? Your goal is your advice on this goal is Ace of Cups. It's to find new love. It's probably to treat this situation with love and let it go and just not bother with it anymore. And also to go find new love because this person's probably not going to regret it anyway if they have all kinds of people fighting over them. That's kind of what I'm getting. So, excuse me, Aquarius, I hope that helps. Or maybe new love coming in for you too. That might be part of why that's the advice. So let's go to Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What is Pisces' goal? What is their block to the goal? And what is their advice? Excuse me. Pisces' goal, their block to the goal, and their advice. Okay, Pisces, what is your goal? Six of Pentacles. Could be to give something, to be more giving, to have more money to give. Tell me about the block to the goal. Block to the goal. High Priestess. I'm going to pull a clarifier on that because I have a couple thoughts. Tell me about the advice on the goal. Ace of Wands. Why is the Six of Pentacles the goal? is High Priestess the block? Ace of Wands, the advice. Ace of Wands, Two of Wands. It almost feels like, this is only probably going to be for a few of you, so this might be really specific. Feels like your goal is to give to multiple people, almost like somebody else had this message, like I want to get out there and I want to see different people and I want to sow some wild oats. Maybe you've been in a relationship for a really long time. A little bit to get maybe a little bit of revenge on the person that you're dealing with. The block is the High Priestess and the Five of Cups. Deep down, you know that if you go out there and do a bunch of oat sowing, you're probably going to regret it. I think your intuition tells you you're going to regret it. You're not going to enjoy it. The advice is not to choose two things, to choose one thing. Sure, go out, get on the market. That's fair if you're single and you want to get out and you want to give to the dating world, as it were. It's like, think about one person, not two people or multiple people. It's better to focus on one person. You're going to feel better about it. You're not going to get yourself in a bunch of trouble and you're not going to regret it later because you know deep down you're not going to be feeling it with the High Priestess and the Five of Cups. So with the Nine of Wands being here, it does feel like I want to give to other people because I know it's going to hurt somebody. So if you had somebody who fooled around on you or somebody who's just a jerk to you while you were dating them and you kind of like get out there and go, oh, look, all these people are interested in me. The universe is kind of saying, no, don't do that. Just focus on one thing. Make a decision. Pick one person that you feel vested in, because if you date a bunch of people, you're going to regret it. So hopefully that helps. And that was our last sign. So as always, these are general readings. If it doesn't resonate with you this time, it's probably just not about your goal and your challenges. Thank you, as always, for liking, subscribing, sharing, and I will see you next time.